My name is Myron. I'm okay.
Okay, so yeah, you can start whenever you feel like.
I can just talk.
You can just
Okay, well, thank you for interviewing me. I'm happy to be part of this project. Africa Burn is something very special and close to my heart. I came here in 2013 after watching it for a few years, as one does, through social media. When I came here, I didn't found something, I found potentiality for something. And I've been searching for that something all this time. And I think I finally found what I was searching for. It's taken me 11 years, 11 burns from 2013 to 2025, minus 2, which we didn't come. So that's a long time. And I think what I found this burn is the understanding that burn is a social experiment. It was set up day one as a social experiment. And as a social experiment, it's saying what happens when we take people from all parts of society and we put them together in with a set of loose guidelines like radical self-reliance, immediacy, and a couple other guidelines. We take 11 or 12 principles and we take a whole segment of society, a cross-section, poor, rich, people who like art, people who like substances, people who like spirituality, people who are atheistic. We put all of them together in one environment, and then we run this experiment, a social experiment. What happens? And I think what is happening is why we come back every year. We come back to see how far is the social experiment. And for me, this is what I've been seeking all this time, because I am a seeker of a new way of living on the rock. We cannot live on the rock in the same way anymore. It is time for us to evolve. But how do we evolve without that which is made us who we are, like the banking system, the governmental system? How do we evolve without any of that? How do we access finance? How do we access consciousness without religion, So this is the question that's been pondering me for over 20 years. And here at Burn, I started seeking. And the answer lies in the social experiment that is Africa Burn. This social experiment allows us to practice what it is like to come together with commonalities, common goals, and put aside what makes us different, and rather focus on the commonality. For example, if we are all focusing on radical self-reliance, it means we have to be reliant on ourselves. We can't look to other people to support us. And if that is something that you don't learn in your first burn, maybe by your third or fourth burn, you will learn how to be radically self-reliant. But all of us are doing that, and the ultimate will be whoever you are, from whatever walk of life. If you're a burner, you have learned how to be radically self-reliant. And with all these principles available, ultimately, what we will do is learn how to live in a new way on this rock. And I believe that as time changes and we move into the time of catastrophes, that it's the burners that will come together all over the world. If you take all the burners, this is a Burning Man project that is split into multiple burns. There must be over 100 mini burns, with Africa Burn being the second biggest burn after Burning Man. If we go out and we look at all these burns and we say, how many people have we now? Do we have hundreds of thousands? Are we 1 million strong? People that have learned how to live through the social experiment. And from the social experiment, what we can do is learn ultimately how do we live in this new reality we are moving into. And the new reality is based on love. If we talk about we've moved from the age of Pisces, the age of exploring, the age of the fish, into the age of Aquarius, the age of information, the information age, the age of technology, the age of singularity, the age of future thinking. In this age, which is a love-based age, we've never lived in a love-based age. We are at the cusp. of 200 years going forward. It is our children and our children's children and our children's.
We don't really want to hear you preaching.
Oh, sorry, we're just doing a quick interview. It'll be 5 minutes. I don't know, but it'll be 5 more minutes. Can't we just finish? It'll be 5.
About the burn that we are caring for each other, but you are so selfish.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It'll be like 3 more minutes and we finished. Thank you. Apologies. Thank you. So what we are talking about is how people come together and live in a different way. How people come together and learn how to live in a different way. And for me, of all the principles, the most important principle that I follow, and I like to get others to follow with me, that is why I run a camp at AfrikaBurn, is the principle of immediacy. Immediacy means let us be present. Let us be present and see what we can achieve in this beautiful day that we have, rather than focusing on the past, rather than focusing on the future, rather than focusing on issues that will draw us out of being present. So the principle of immediacy, for me, comes together with the understanding of just be present. And I think for me, this is my greatest lesson of AfrikaBurn this year, is that it is a social experiment. And in the social experiment, there is space for everybody. For example, I've been sitting here telling you my deepest feelings, and another person will come up to me now and say, but you are interfering with my experience. But that's okay, because there's no right and wrong way. It's a social experiment. She may see me as a preacher, and I see her as someone who's intolerant, but that's okay. And she may see me as talking about the burn rather than doing the burn, and I see her as someone that is imposing herself on me. But what's the difference? It's all the same. It's a social... Sorry, I'm just finishing the interview. We're finished. Thank you, sir.
I'm going to turn the music on.
We finished. I agree with you. There isn't any... No, I don't want to start. We finished. Thank you. Sorry for coming into your space. Okay, sorry for coming into your space.
I've been sober throughout this burn, which I thought would be challenging. No, you know what? Actually, rephrase and restart. I feel that our generation backwind philosophy is much to do with moral relativism. Everything goes. There is no objective truth. There is no objective reference for what is good and what is bad, and therefore we are the arbitrary of everything. In that Nietzschean way, God is out of the picture and we made ourselves the arbiters of value. I feel that for me personally, it emptied me and it drained me and led me to nihilism, the loss of all value. If everything is equal, nothing has value. And therefore, the only thing that could fill up that void is hedonism in the form of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, relationships, ever-increasing need of stimuli to feel, to consume, to have more. Funny, well, ironic, but spiritual consumerism. Instead of consuming more cars and motorbikes and clothes and brands, it's drugs and love and the next spiritual practice. And I went through this burn sober for the first time, which has been absolutely incredible. Pragmatically, not dealing with the fatigue and increasing the levels of how overwhelmed I am from the whole situation with drugs, but on a more fundamental level, I've hit a wall, and I'm trying to find a connection to the divine, to the cosmos, to myself, to other people, that fountains from the inside. and it's hard and not as satisfying as popping a pill or taking a little piece of paper, and not as gratifying as going out and getting completely hammered and just overriding my anxiety with substances and being able to hug everyone. There is a joyless satisfaction in that slow cook, slow build of being with my social inadequacies and with how close I am next to people and still being there. I don't know if I can verbalize it yet, but without knowing the exact destination, I feel like I'm on the right way. Yeah. Love you all, and some love to myself as well. I'll quote Khalil Gibran. Where shall you find beauty, and how will you find her, unless she herself be your way and your guide? And how shall you speak at her, unless she be the weaver of your speech? Beauty is life when it unveils its holy face, but you are life, and you are the veil. Beauty is eternity, gazing at itself in the mirror. But you are eternity, and you are the mirror. Shalom Aleichem.